Hello all. In the previous video, we have learned the concept of business environment, then the characteristics of business environment and the classification of business environment. Business environment includes all the factors affecting the functioning of business. Then business environment characteristics were it is dynamic, complex, interdependent, relative, and uncertain. And also, it has got far reaching impact in the functioning of business. Then we have learned the classification of business environment. That is, business environment can be classified into two: internal environment and external environment. External environment can be further classified into microenvironment and macroenvironment. So, in this video, we'll learn this in detail. That is, the contents of this video include internal environment and microenvironment. So, what is internal environment? Internal environment includes all the factors affecting business from within the organization. That is, these factors are inside the organization and so they are controllable by the organization. Then another thing is these factors actually impart strength or cause weakness to the organization. That is, these factors may be an asset to the organization or may be a liability to the organization. They are under the control of the organization. And another thing is these factors actually influences the strategy of the business or the decisions made by the business. Now let's see what are the different factors that come under internal environment. First one is value system. That is the value system of the founders and those at the top level management of an organization influences almost everything of the company because it is based on this value system or the values of the founders and the top level people that the business objectives, vision, mission, everything is based on that. And it also influences the business philosophy, the policies and practices that are being carried out in the business. All these depends on the value of the founder. And also the extent to which the value is being shared, that the value of the founder is being shared by the employees of the organization, that is also very important. That actually decides the success of a company. For example, the Tata Group, we are very familiar with it. And now at this time of COVID-19 pandemic also we have heard about Tata because they are acting in a very responsible manner during this crisis. Why is it so? That is because the founder of the company as well as those at the top level management of the company, they are having a good value system. They are all ethical. And so that is why the company is also behaving in a ethically responsible manner. The company is showing good CSR. That is because the top level people are having good values, good ethics. Okay, that is an example for how the value system of the top level management influences the working of a company. Coming to the next factor, it is vision, mission, and objectives of the company. Actually, the vision, mission, and objectives of the company decides the domain of the company, the priorities of the company, the direction of growth of the company, then everything, the business philosophy, the business policies being adopted in the company, everything depends on the vision, mission, and objectives of the company. Everything is being guided by this. So that is why vision, mission, and objectives of a company are very important. Then coming to the next factor, organizational structure. The organization structure, the composition of the board of directors, then all these factors actually influences the decision making process of a company. That is, if company is having a particular management structure, like decentralization. So if a company with decentralization, there the decision making will be faster when compared to a company having a centralized management structure. That is how this management structure, organization structure influences the decision making in a company. Then next is the corporate culture of the company. The corporate culture, the organization culture of the company is another important internal aspect. That is, the uh, corporate culture actually decides, or it actually expresses the values and the behavior of the organization. It actually guides the employees. Their action as well as thinking is being influenced by the corporate culture. For example, a company which gives importance to innovation, which supports innovation. In such a company, the employees will come up with innovative ideas, new ideas, which helps the company to make more profit. But in a company where it does not support innovation, it does not support employees with new innovative ideas, in such a company, the employees will be a bit reluctant to come up with new ideas. So that is how the corporate culture influences a company. Then coming to the next factor, human resource, one of the most important internal factor of a company. Actually, human resource is considered to be the major asset of a company. It is largely responsible for the success or failure of a business unit. For example, if a company is having skilled employees, employees are highly skilled and also they are very committed to the organization. In such an organization, definitely it will succeed because all the employees are committed, all are working hard for the betterment of the organization. Then definitely that organization will reach big heights. But in another company, if the workers are not satisfied, they are not happy with the business, the environment of the company, or they are not happy with the uh, salary being paid to them, they're not happy with the conditions in the company. In such a case, they may not be performing efficiently. Their efficiency will be low, and also they may even go for a strike. In such a case, the company will be badly affected. That's how human resource influence the company. Then coming to the last factor, internal factor, that is physical resources and technical capabilities. A company with good R&D facilities, with good technological capabilities, will definitely have a competitive edge over its competitors in the market. Similarly, if a company is identifying that there is a good market opportunity, that is, if it finds that the demand for its products is more, then it can start increasing the production. If it is having enough financial resources as well as physical resources, thus it can increase its profit. That's how these assets or these resources help a company in improving itself or improving its profitability. So with this, we have explained all the internal factors of environment or internal factors affecting business. So I'll just brief it. The internal factors are value system of founder and the top level management influences the business. It is the extent to which the employees in an organization share this value system decides the success of a business. Next factor is vision, mission, objective, that will guide the business, the operations of a business. Then next one is management structure or organization structure, which influences the decision making in an organization. Then the fourth factor is corporate culture, which guides the actions as well as the behavior of the employees of an organization. Then the next factor is human resource, which decides the success of an organization. If it is having skilled, committed employees, that will have a positive impact on the organization. Whereas if it is having dissatisfied employees, then the organization will be badly affected. Then the last one is physical resources and technological capabilities, which gives the company a competitive edge over its competitors. So that is about the internal environment. Now we'll see the external environment. External environment includes all the factors outside the firm which influences the functioning of a business. These factors are beyond the control of the business, whereas the internal factors were controllable by the business. These external factors provides opportunities or pose threats to the firm. Then the external factors or external environment can be divided into micro and macro environment. Micro environment is also called operating environment or task environment. These are forces which are very close to the company, and these affect the ability of a company to work. Then these macro factors are factors which are outside the company or which include the micro factors as well as the business. So now we'll study in detail the micro factors or the micro environment. The micro environment comprises all the actors of an organization's immediate environment, that is the closest environment, the environment which is close to the organization. So it influences the performance of a company and has got a direct impact on the working of the company. Then what are the elements of a micro environment? Elements of micro environment are the competitors, the suppliers of the company, the customers, the marketing intermediaries, and the public. The public may include local public as well as media. So now we'll see each element in detail. So micro environmental factors. The first factor is supplier. Supplier is one who supplies raw materials or components to the company. Regarding suppliers, two factors are very important. One is the reliability. That is, if the company is having reliable supplier, then they don't have to worry much about the inventory or the stock of raw materials. But if the suppliers are not reliable, then the company will have to stock more raw materials. Another way of avoiding risk or reducing risk is having multiple suppliers, so that if one supplier fails to supply a product or if there is a problem with one supplier, we can rely on the other supplier. That is the benefit of having multiple suppliers. Then next factor is customer. Customers are actually the major factor that decides the success of a business. Only if the business is able to keep its customers satisfied, then the business can survive. So, the business should always take measures to identify the needs of the customers and to keep them satisfied. Then the next factor is competitors. Those are business units which are marketing or producing similar products or very close substitutes for the products that our company is selling. So such competitors also can influence the performance of our company, because if a competitor performs better than us, then definitely we may lose our customers. So that is how competitors influence a company. Then next factor is market intermediaries. Market intermediaries are a link between the company and the final consumer. So they include the wholesalers, retailers, or the advertising agencies, media firms, market research firms. All these come under this particular category. They are very important to a company because they actually promote, sell, and distribute the goods of a company to its final buyers. So only if we are having a good rapport with our market intermediaries, then we will be able to have a good relationship with our customers. Or the customers will be satisfied only when our market intermediary is also performing well. So that is the importance of market intermediaries. Then the last factor is public. Public include any group that has an interest in the functioning of the business. They may be users of the product of the company or maybe known users of the product or services of our company. An example for public is media. Media can include newspapers, magazines, journals, etc. These media may be publishing news or remarks about our company. They may be publishing positive remarks or negative remarks. Both kind of remarks will be having its own impact on the reputation of our company. So if a media is publishing a positive remark, they are giving a very positive news about our company, then definitely the public, the general public, as well as our consumers will be having a positive attitude towards our company. But whereas if they are giving a negative remark, an adverse remark is being made by the media, then that will affect the attitude of a customers or the general public or the government towards our company. That may be affecting our company negatively. Example for public is the local public. This includes people who are living in the area where the business unit is set up. Usually, an issue that is taken up by the local public are environmental pollution issues. So, in such a case, the actions of the local public may force the company to close down their operations or to install a pollution control unit or equipment. For example, you might have heard of the Coca-Cola plant in Plachimada. So that has actually caused many environmental issues, and the actions of the public, the local public there, has finally made the company stop their operations, close down their operations at that plant. It's a good example for how the local public affects a company, the performance of a company. So with this, we come to the end of, we have discussed about all the microenvironment factors. I'll just brief it once more. The microenvironment factors include suppliers, customers, competitors, then market intermediaries and public. So suppliers are those who supply raw materials or components to the company. Customers are those people who buy our products or services. They are the most important factor that decides the success of a company. So the company should make them satisfied. Then next one is the competitors. Competitors are those business units which are selling or which are marketing the products or similar to the company, similar to the products that the company is selling, or they are selling substitutes for the products that our company is selling. Then next is market intermediaries. They are the link between the consumer and the company. That include wholesalers, retailers and all. Then the last one is public. Those are those people who are having an interest in the functioning of the company come under this particular category, and that includes media, local public, etc. So now we have discussed all the micro environmental factors. So with this we come to the end of this video. In the next video I'll be discussing about macro environmental factors. Thank you.